Nice and slow now. You're done.
That's right.
What the hell?
Careful, you won't get lucky, son. What? Oh, Christ. Oh.
Mayday. This is Dr. Garrow. My helicopter has come down in Casterfell Woods. Damned interference field fried the electronics. There are no survivors. Myself excluded, obviously. Lord, is anyone receiving this? Anyone in the interchange? Of course not. You're all dead in there, aren't you? I'm heading to the village. See if I can't find anyone still alive in this place.
Be aware of who your friends are. Be wary of what you let out. Dr. Garrow is not honest. Dr. Garrow is responsible for much. Beware who your friends are.
Hello?
We don't know what you intend.
Leave me or die!
console is ready for voice input.
Hello? Is that you? Or somebody else? Oh God, now I sound like an idiot. It's always isolation. Forgive the surprise, but I detected a power surge there. Look, that bunker you're in, I presume Garrow has been poking around there for something. Well, I need you to do something for me. That place contains the most recent experimental data from the site. It's vital that we get our hands on it. There should be a console. Transfer what data you can from the memory banks onto a tape. Let me see. Yes. The Command Gen move should do it. Bring the tape to me when you're done. Or I'll no longer be able to help you. Good luck.
Who's there? You're gonna regret everything. Take this!
I'm not letting you live.
You're back. Excellent work. The system reported that you ran the command as I asked. Thank you. Reliability is the greatest of virtues, I often say. Yes, you did. And forgive my lack of candor in not telling you that would happen. I had to make sure the data didn't fall into the wrong hands, you see. So, it's all gone now. They sealed this place off and tried to forget it. Perhaps it's best it remains forgotten. You suspect that I was somehow responsible for this, don't you? Well, ironically enough, that's exactly why I needed the data to be erased. People like you are always so quick to point the finger. The arrogance of ignorance. Everything I did here was for the betterment of humanity. If matters had played out a little differently, you'd be lauding me as a heroine of science, not sneering. Now look, we're not far off being able to leave. And since you've done good work, well, if you've any questions, you can ask them now. What is it you want to know? Now. Oberon. Oberon turned out to be very much a Pandora's box in reverse. Full of good things, and one very bad one. It's a meteorite, you see. Fell to Earth in Shakespeare's time, but remained buried until shortly after the war. Its shell was thick and yielded a mineral we call oberite, an astonishing material. It allowed us to make the most amazing leaps forward in electronics. I mean, just look at this place. The computers we built were generations ahead of the best machines of anywhere else. Robotics came next, and even some forays into synthetic intelligence. But, oh well, then we dug too deeply into Oberon in a very literal sense. And that was when we had to enact the quarantine protocols. We had no choice. While we were mining at the Oberon site, something was uncovered. Some sort of fungus, not of this world. It seemed benign, or at least not malignant, so we took a sample of it to the medical lab to run some tests. We soon discovered it produced intriguing cognitive advantages when inoculated in small doses. It was some months before we realized its negative effects. We might have continued to study it, developed remedial measures, but for the disaster at the Oberon site. Few days after that were chaos, until a full quarantine protocol was enacted. We drilled a little too deep at the Oberon site. The materials gathered from there were essential to our robotics development, so rapid extraction was of paramount importance. How could we have foreseen what would happen? We exposed Oberon's core, and with it, a massive release of energy, and much more of the biological matter inside was released. The protocol was enacted almost immediately after. Exposing the core also seems to be the cause of the interference field around the site. Soon the zone was completely shut off to the outside world. The escape plan. Very well. As all of this started with Oberon, I'm afraid that's also where we must finish it. You must get to Oberon itself, down beneath the power plant. Once there, use the mining equipment to extract a sample of the core. That's all you need to do. Extract a sample and bring it back to me. Then I shall get us both out of here. Whatever arrived on this Earth with Oberon is pervasive and tenacious. There's no destroying it without understanding it. The restoration of power to this place has allowed me to retrieve some fascinating data. It now appears inarguable that Oberon itself is the source of the interference field that shrouds the zone. And the best outcome for this area is that the quarantine and interference field remain in place. As long as the equilibrium of the quarantine zone is maintained, I believe it will keep this marvelous and terrible thing frozen indefinitely. So you must extract a sample, but leave Oberon otherwise untouched. Do that, and we can escape. Consider my offer. It is your only way out of here. One more thing. Tinker too much at the Oberon site, and you'll set events in motion that cannot be reversed. Be sure you are fully prepared before you go there.